Another day, another nothing, mate. My channel is free. There is no PayPal, Patreon, Super Chat, none of that. If you don't like it, well, you got what you paid for, innit? Exactly. That's why I don't take money off people. Although if someone wants to replicate me one with a Star Trek replicators. No, someone wants to donate a copy of Dark Chambers to the Atari 7800. Yeah, that's gonna happen, man, Commodore. Yeah. Well, I played Retrograde. I would imagine I've played everything in these directories. Is this that Thalamus game? Which would mean it's not from Game Base 64 then. So what are we going to call these 20 odd minute episodes? Trying to think of a country or area in the world where you have that kind of breakfast, loads of little things. Now I'm not talking about, you know, 2 small sausages, 2 small hash browns, no, that's like one breakfast altogether, mate, because they go together. Trying to think now. It'd probably be the Mediterranean. Do they have meze, tapas kind of thing? I noticed Greek people ripped off the Turkish word for meze. Yeah, like they ripped off the entire fucking... yeah, they didn't get their recipes from the ancient Greeks, no. They were too busy doing other things. Okay, whatever. It's no guarantee that this is going to work. I'll be the aardvark. I have to use a D81 crack, which luckily does have unlimited ants. A bit like his house in that film, was it Birthday Girl? And unlimited lives as well, I think. Yeah, it does. And you don't get thrown off the platform when you get hit by the enemies. Like Ninja Gaiden and what was the other game? Future Night, that was a piece of shit. So what are we going to call these then? These 20-minute, easily digestible but totally unrelated and different menu options on the Dawn of Commodore. Interesting actually. Dawn of Commodore bullshit meze 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'd do bollocks. It was actually quite warm today because it's been sunny all day, and this thing about my house, because it's an old house, when it's sunny all day, despite only one room having carpet in it. And actually that's not the room I sleep in. So, but we plan to have the other bedroom sorted out. That's That's fairly well along actually. It looks crap, but yeah, I'd say about 90% of the work has actually been done in there. So of the 10% that's left, 90% of it is actually masking up and painting the walls. There's one small crack to fill and a little bit of plaster to sand down. Possibly a bit more plaster on top. Never use filler if it's more than like a hairline crack. You'll get damp because the filler and the plaster are completely different and they actually cause damp. I found that out the hard way. That's why there's loads of filler removed from the walls last year and replaced with plaster. There's no way I can do anything in the kitchen today. Fucking the extension is like a solar oven, dickheads. And the windows don't open enough anyway. I don't think this is going to load because nothing is actually happening. The green LED is not flickering at all. So this is going to be like, I don't know, black pudding, which I'll never fucking eat. And I definitely would not eat white pudding, that's even worse. There's fucking pig's blood and breadcrumbs in sausage skins. Sound appetising? Yeah, like I said, people go like, bleh, haggis, bleh, doner kebab. But they eat all kinds of shit in England. Now, I suppose liver is good for you, but because liver soaks up all the toxins and they feed cattle all kinds of shit, I stopped eating liver like 20 years ago. I was just like, no thank you. And now I wouldn't eat it because it's, you know, intelligent mammals. So yesterday they spent, I think they spent a whole 3 minutes on COVID-19. And it was actually quite a serious topic, although they didn't do the topic any justice, because they didn't mention that 99% of the virus in the UK is a Delta variant anyway, which makes it completely redundant what they were talking about. But I think they have a half-hour show every day on climate change with that, you know, that clock where it's, you know, counting the increase in temperature, the global temperature in centigrade. So, yeah. So, actually, I've only got one TV in this enormous house. And by TV I mean something you can watch Freeview with without a Freeview box. Or is not CRT based. I'm trying to think how many actual TVs I've got, not monitors. So I've got the big Sony downstairs. I've got two Sony 14-inch TVs. No, three actually. They're all for, one's from the 70s, one's from the 80s. One's from the 90s. I actually think that's it for TVs because I never bought any other brand of TV. Now obviously before I used to have my two Panasonic widescreen large TVs. Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen a cracked one. I thought, ooh, she's brilliant. Although there was a crack of Super Stardust which had nice music, and the graphics were the high score rotating cloud tunnel type thing from, you know, yeah, I think it's on Stardust and Super Stardust. Stroke Stardust 96. But they had their own music on there which was quite nice. Actually I quite like that. Yeah, anyway, there's no docks there. Oh yeah, there is docks. Right, so there's 21 screens which will phase through from day to night as the game progresses. This is a budget game, you have to remember that. Right, okay. So you cause damage to their structures by shooting down their craft. And you only get, it sounds like you only get one bomb to actually use as well. Right, so we have to like keep causing destruction until we get 3 holes, which causes 3 water leaks. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, that's just some blurb. Press F1 for 1 player mode, blah blah blah. So it's also got 2 players simultaneous, so I will only be able to review half of this game, and it could be quite important that I don't get to try this as a 2-player game, because look, there was a built-in cheat on the game, F7 and run stop, because like Pit Stop 2 is a great 2-player game. It's one of the best 2-player 8-bit games money could buy, regardless. And I think it only came out on the C64 and you know, the Atari 800, etc. Don't know how much RAM you needed to run it. Although technically you could get a 48K Atari 400. Press shift lock to pause and run stop to quit. Yeah, okay. So basically you need to remember F1. Picture's not great, but I suppose it's what you expect from budget quality. It's certainly not up to the level of Kickstart by Mastertronic. Phantoms of the Asteroid was another good one. I can't remember what other ones had loading screens that I liked. But if you want to see loading screens that I like, you should check out Memories of a 1530 data set, part 1 and 2. Might actually redo that video with flashing borders. Unlimited life. So actually we'll try this with nothing. We'll see how brutal. Yeah, we'll do a level skip. Yeah, and that'll do. Danger Mouse. Ah, it was up until that point. The masked programmer. They should all be masked now. Which one am I then? Oh, I'm here. Oh, that's a bit. Hey, I'm having real trouble seeing which one I am. You know that? The colours are so indistinct. So I'm going through them a lot, and it's kind of like Jetpack meets Falcon Patrol, if that makes sense, as a 1-player game. Now, as a 2-player game, it'd be a lot of fun. It might still be just as difficult. So obviously the green ones are not doing they're not doing me serious damage, actually. Shouldn't it just blow up now? Yeah, thank you. So you got to watch out for different coloured planes. Alright, so these ones need a bit more some of them turn blue, but not all of them. I don't know what happened there actually. I'm touching something and it's killing me straight away. Right, if you touch the blue ones, they'll knock you out then. Okay, so we've got to avoid the blue. Damn it. But some of them turn blue as soon as you touch them, so that's a bit of a bad design thing. But remember, if you was playing this as a 2-player game, it's literally to see if you can beat your mate at this game. It's not necessarily important to see all the levels. That's almost like a secondary thing. So I don't know how I'm supposed to know. Do they just turn blue when I fly over them? The day and night is a bit drastic. Yeah, why didn't they just have the Danger Mouse music? It seems so weird. It is a pretty good game. There's something I'm not really seeing. What is it that I'm doing that causes those planes to turn blue on level? Alright, I want to see the buildings. That's basically what we're here for. So you get an extra life. So they're all boats at the moment. I want to see buildings. Here we go, there's an island here. Yeah, so you definitely can't touch the blue ones. Ah, Jesus Christ, these lives I've racked up by cheating. Ah, you can't win really if you try and wait. So it's basically the same sort of thing, you just get like big Petsky character things. Perhaps it's a tactic staying low down because you seem to be allowed to do that. So okay, I just needed to play it a bit different then maybe. Oh man, I've got most of the blue ones, but as soon as you get them, more come on, they respawn. Ah, come on mate, I'm in my own lane. Don't fuck about it. Yeah, I don't like the fact that they turn blue. I think that don't really work. The graphics are too big for the play area because there's no scrolling. That's my... Alright, so you can go down the screen but you can't go up it. So there's a lot of weird things you kind of have to get used to. I can see why people like that game. And back then, you know, playing that as a 2-player game with me mates, it's not going to quite be like Salamander on the C64 or PC Engine. I can't remember when I bought a PC Engine. I think that was in the 90s, early 90s when I got one of them, when you know, the import console shops were up and running. It was in Wood Green anyway. I can't remember if it was called Chicana Computers. That one. It was one of the two that used to advertise all the time in computer and video games. So I played that for 20 minutes, so I guess it's time for another plate of meze.